we are talking about a social address, and we will be able to discuss on issues of life, and also be able to discuss based on what we've been through. This is my third time to be on this platform to be able to share. And particularly today, we are talking about healing hurting hearts. Many times we are hurting. Even when we are hurting, sometimes we don't understand that we are actually hurting. And then also hurt people. Today, we want to be able to speak and let us know that we can actually heal. We can heal from our pains. We can heal from different challenges of life. And healing is a process. That's why I'm trying to say here that healing is a process. And many of us, we have wounds in our hearts, in our spirit, in our souls. Many of us are wounded, and these wounds are caused by different factors. And some of these wounds are from childhood. And sometimes this wound is even very recent, depending on your journey of life. And today, whatever happened in your life is not the biggest issue, but the thing here is for all of us to be able to heal from our hearts, to be able to heal. And today, we want to talk about healing. Why? Because, like I was saying here, we are hurt from different corners. Some of us have been wounded and hurt because of abandonments and rejection, because of accusations, where you have been accused of things that even you don't know. Maybe because of harassments, maybe because of abuse. This abuse can be in your family, can be at your place of work. You could have been abused by people around you. This abuse can be psychological abuse, can be physical abuse, can be emotional abuse, can be sexual abuse, and whatever form of abuse, it creates deep wounds in our hearts. And the challenge is sometimes we don't see these wounds, but people carry these wounds with them. Now, what happens is these wounds affect how we treat others and how we relate with them. Maybe if you were abused from childhood, even when you are now working and you are now the leader of the corporation, maybe you're the director, maybe you are the leader in that place, or you're the president of the company, and whatever it is, sometimes every time you remember the abuse, every time you remember the pains you've been through, it kills your self-esteem. It brings a lot of issues in your life. And then you begin to mistreat other people just because you want to maybe revenge. Because what happens is when there is a hurt, when people are hurting, they're able to do several things. Because it is from the hurting place that so many things happen. Now, if you look at my picture here, in many cases, somebody who has been hurt here, somebody who has been in this wound, somebody who has been struggling here in this pain, every time they remember, even when they have gone up, even when now things have changed for them, they will keep remembering how things have been bad for them. And as a result, things keep happening. You know, that place is a bad place to be in. Because when you're in that pain, when you're in that place of frustration, when you're in that place of agony, when you're in that place of bitterness, everything around you will fall apart. And what happens is, in most cases, we try to develop defensive mechanisms. And in the process, we don't even actually deal with these issues, but we try to work around those issues. What happens is that in the process of trying to work with those issues, we end up with several other problems, such as poverty will rise up because somebody is not another thing. So it strikes when poverty strikes, and then things begin to fall apart. So jealous of other people's progress, and then before we know it, things begin to go out of hand. That's why you will find so many other aspects. That's why many people then will run into the other angle But you will realize that this drug addiction will even create more harm, and we see a lot of cases that come with the separation, that comes with the divorce, that comes with the single parenting, that comes with the increased cases of depression, suicide, murder, and all that. So that's why we are saying no, we don't have to go that far. Healing is possible. We can. So today we want to learn on how do we heal, because we need to heal. It is until we heal that things will not move. So today it is my prayer, it is my hope, it is my expectation that we will be able to heal, so that we don't continue with this pain, so that we don't continue in this condition here. We need to move from this place of celebration. So we maintain our people able to depict the two. Now, what needs to be done so that we're able to move from the place of pain, from the place of heart, to the place of freedom? Number one, it begins from a place of forgiveness. Even before we go to forgiveness, now I want to first bring the stages. It is until you go through the 5 stages, you cannot reach to be able to recover. What do we need to do? We need to accept and acknowledge that we are hurting. We need to acknowledge that actually we are in pain. The problem is many times we are in pain, many times we are struggling with life, but we hide the pain. I'm here saying don't hide your pain. In fact, if you hide your pain, you are going to cause more problems for you, because hurt people will hurt others. So what am I saying here? Number one, accept and acknowledge that actually you have been hurt. Because in most cases, we live in denial. We live in denial. That's why in every culture, in every tribe, when they greet you, how are you? You say you are fine, even when you are hurting. We are living in denial. So we need to get out from the place of denial. We need to accept the reality of life. We need to accept that things are actually bad. We need to accept that actually we need to move from that place of accepting yourself, first of all, accepting yourself, accepting the circumstance, and then knowing that actually we can move. Number two, when you accept, then you will be able to move. You will be able to work on how can I move from here to there. Then it is from here that I want to now share with us some of the principles. Number one principle is forgiving yourself. Forgive yourself. Because in most cases, when people are in pain, when people are hurting, they will blame themselves. Because they will say, oh, it was my fault. It was my fault. I wish I didn't do this. Before you know it, you go into regret. You begin regretting. You will begin to have self-rejection. When you self-reject yourself, it is bad. So when you get past that condition, so that you're able to move beyond that state, knowing that yes, things have happened, I have been hurt, I have been wounded, it might have been my fault, but still I forgive myself. And also you forgive the one who has hurt you. Because until you forgive the one who has hurt you, you will remain. Why? I want us, because this is a bad place to be in. This is a prison. When you are here, you're in prison. When you are here, you are in prison. Because once you are here, what happens is, every time you are here, you will be in prison. You will deny so many rights to yourself. Because you will self-imprison yourself. You will, because when you are in that place of bitterness and anger and hurt, you will not eat. You will choose to stay hungry. You will be on a hunger strike, and this will affect your physical appearance. This will affect your physical health. You will end up with the depression. You will end up with ulcers. You will end up with the chronic diseases. Please don't deny yourself. That's why I'm saying we can heal and we can move. So today I want to still call upon each one of us. Healing is possible. We can heal. Healing is a must for each one of us. We all need to heal, because it is until we heal we cannot move anywhere. That's why it is my call today. We need to heal from hurting hearts. Every hurting heart today, it is my prayer that we heal. I've been hurt myself. I've shared my experiences many times. That's why even today I am sharing my experience. I've been hurt many times. In fact, it is from the place of my hurting that this book came out. Hope in the Age of Depression. How to Thrive Amidst Mental Health Challenges. It was from my place of hurting. I've been hurt many times. I've been hurt in my family. I've been hurt at place of work. I've been hurt in relationships. 8 heartbreaks, 8 failed relationships, 8 heartbreaks. And even when I'm talking about the 8 heartbreaks, I'm talking about even tomorrow, there's no answer. I've been hurt. I know how you can be hurt everywhere you go. However, even when you are hurt, healing is possible. For example, it is until I healed that right now I am doing what I'm doing. It is until I got healed that this book was able to come out, and many other books that I've written. It is until I healed that the relationship had to work. Now I am a very married man. It is until you heal. It is until I healed. Now I have children. It is until I healed that I'm even here right now speaking. It is until you choose to heal. Healing is possible. We can heal from hurting hearts. You see, I want you to check how you have been treating people around you. In most cases, what happens is we transfer anger, we transfer issues, our heart, we transfer it to other people. We transfer our hurting hearts. We transfer the anger, the unforgiveness, the bitterness, the jealous, all those hatred. We transfer them to either our children or to our spouse or to our places of work or to our places of worship. We take all of these things, yet it does not even concern them. That's why I'm saying healing is possible. We can heal. We need to heal. Number one, I'm saying please forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. It begins with yourself, because you cannot forgive others until you forgive yourself. Can I tell you something here? It is easier to forgive strangers than to forgive family members from African perspective. But today, I can say, please forgive everybody equally and unconditionally. Don't put a condition to forgive somebody, saying, oh, if somebody does not come to apologize, you don't forgive them. Forgive them. Forgive. Because love wins. That's why I'm saying, please forgive them. Number two, choose to refuse every negative predictions. People judge you according to how they meet you. Here, especially in Uganda, if you are poor, nobody comes to you to ask you why you are poor. The day you buy a car, the day you build a good house, the day people realize you have some money, even government will come and ask how you got the money. Your own family will ask you how you got the money. People will begin to investigate your source of finances. But when you were poor, nobody was following up why you are poor. Nobody was following up your source of poverty. But when you get something, that's why people will always predict and think. They assume how your life will be. They try to predict your life. That's why there are those who will tell you, you are not good enough, you are dull, you are stupid, you are a fool, you are so foolish, you are this and that. They can give you all kinds of names, but don't believe their predictions and don't believe the opinions about you. Because Their opinion about you doesn't matter. Say what matters most is what you know, because what you know is what sets you free. The truth you know. People can judge you based on your status of now, but still don't believe their predictions. Your life should be above that so that you're able to move beyond that to where you want to be. In fact, that's why my hope, my calling is you're able to move from here so that you're able to come here. And coming here is possible. Can I tell you something here? Every time, every single person who wants to marry, they will say, I want to marry the right person. Look at my picture here. Which one is your right? Which one is your left? You know, look at your right, look at your left. Everybody wants to marry the right person on your right. But where are they? They're on the left. That's why even you, when you want to marry, you need to marry the right person. You need to marry Mr. Right. You need to marry Mrs. Right. But for you to get Mrs. Right, you must also be on the right side. You cannot be on the left side and then expect the right one. Please, I want to challenge us. Healing is possible. We can heal. The other issue is seek for help. Help is always available. Seek for help. Together, let's move from this place of pain to the place of celebration. Help is available. And when you're looking for help, don't seek for sympathy. Because in most cases, I was there, where I used to look at, oh, you see, I'm hurting, I'm lonely, I'm this and that. You know, I will even sing the song, Lonely, I am so lonely, I have nobody, I'm on my own, oh yeah, lonely, so lonely. So you are hurting and you're saying you're lonely. Yeah, it is true, that's the reality. But even when you are lonely, even when you are hurting, don't look for sympathy, look for solution. If you are hurting, look for solution. Don't look for sympathy, because definitely you'll find people who will sympathize with you. People who will tell you, oh, sorry about that. It is so bad. It is so sad. I feel bad. Yes, they can say that to encourage you, but that will not change your life. What will change your life is when you seek for solution. If you ask people to give you honest feedback, so that you get the feedback to find out. And this will help you deal with the issues. What brought the pain? What brought the hurting? So that you're able to deal with these issues. Because I was there. I was helped to deal with my own issues. You know, each one of us has issues. We can deal with them. And the other thing is, every hurting person, I want you to look at your life in all the 8 spheres of your life. If you look at your life in 8 spheres, you look at it in terms of finance, you look at your friends, you look at your farm, you look at your family, you look at your fun, you look at your faith, you look at personal development, you know, all these aspects of your life. How are you faring in them? And the more you begin to work with some of these aspects, healing will be automatic. Healing will come. Let me give you an example. If, depending on your faith, personally, I am a Christian and I read the Bible many times. Most times I read my Bible. In the Bible, you'll start, God says in Jeremiah 30 verse 17, I am the God who restores health. So it says, I restore health to you and I heal you of your wounds, declares the Lord. Though they call you an outcast, for whom no one cares, I will still come through for you and I will heal you and I will restore your health. Healing comes from God. Healing comes from God. So that's why you need to have your spiritual aspect intact, because you know your healing will come spiritually. Some of the hurting And heartbreaks are coming because of finance. So you work on your finance. If it is coming from your friends and family, you work with that so that you're able to work on the entire being, so that nothing is left out. And what do you want to see in your life? What are the things that you want to see? Healing is possible. We can all heal. Mind those who are around you, because the people you associate with the most will demand participation from you. Question is, the people who associate with you, will they demand you to participate in activities that will cause more hurt to you or that will help you heal? No. Before this podcast, this program, I was having a meeting somewhere, and in this meeting, we're discussing how do we heal. Every third Saturday of the month, like here, this coming 18th, I'm going to be having mental health support group meeting where people will come, share experiences, share ideas, and heal together. We have therapies, we heal together. But my question is, those you are set with, those you live most of the time with, how they are helping you to get more bitter and more hurt. Another point I want you to consider, that mind what you say, because what you speak will pass. I want at your life again. Maybe you're where you are today because of the things you spoke concerning your life. What are the things that you spoke concerning your life 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago? Just look at them. Don't be surprised you are where you are today because of the words that you spoke. I keep sharing this boldly. There are people who have negative language. There are people who speak all negativity, and whatever you speak comes to pass. That's why I am asking you, what do you say concerning your heart? What do you say concerning your pain? What is that you are confessing? What are you speaking? Because what you speak will come to pass. I want us to give you another assignment that you can do. Learn to respond than reacting. Because when you respond, the outcome is positive. When you react, the outcome is negative. That's why even today, when we're in the meeting, I wonder why it is in Africa, where when there are meetings, they will put reactions. I have learned everywhere I attend a meeting, I tell them if there is any item on agenda to do with the reaction, I tell them change it. The environment becomes very hot, the environment becomes very toxic. Why? Because reactions are always to do with the fighting, to do with attacks. But when you respond, you first think before you act. But when you react, you first act before you think. So it is always good for you to react, not react, but to respond. I want to give you a simple illustration. Imagine you want to marry a girl and then the girl finally says she doesn't want to marry you. If you are to react, you can blackmail her, you can abuse her, you can speak all evil against her, you can hate her, you can hate the boyfriend, you can even kill her, you can even commit suicide, all because you are reacting. But if a girl rejects you like the way 8 of them rejected me afterwards, you'll sit down and ask yourself, why did she refuse to marry me? What have I done wrong? What can I do right so that next time, if another opportunity comes for me to get married to another person, things can work out well? You are responding, you're not reacting, and you take it easy, so that you're not on pressure to do something funny. So it is always important. Healing is a process.
You mentioned as you shown in your pictures, how we have to move on from the negative perspective to a positive perspective.
The signs, there are signs. When you are hurting, there are signs. I want to share some of the signs. Like I said here, one of the signs here is some of the signs is anger. You can be very angry with everybody. That is a sign that actually you are hurting. You can be angry. You can suffer depression. You can even become suicidal. Um, all those are signs that you can see. And if you have yourself in that place, you know something is wrong. And this hurt can actually happen even in the home. This hurt can be at place of work. This can be in a relationship, even in a marriage. So when you feel there is a lot of tension, there is a lot of pain, even sometimes even chest pain, you know. So physical pains, you can even feel them as a result of this pain. So you can be able to realize that, hey, I need help. So please, when you have these signs that I've talked about, seek for help. Help is available. Don't stay in that place of pain.
Thank you so much. Someone from our YouTube comment section wants to ask, and first of all, she is appreciating your talk, and let me show. There is some inquiry from her, so I think you should answer them.
Yes, actually, let me share from my book here, Hope in the Age of Depression. I have a full topic here of forgive yourself. Forgive yourself and others. And when you forgive, the forgiveness is not for the other person, the forgiveness is for you. You know? Because when you forgive, you're not forgiving for the other person, you forgive for yourself. So that this forgiveness works for you. You don't forgive them because they've given a condition. The challenge here in Africa, Uganda particularly, we want to forgive, especially when somebody has come to apologize, but we are the one carrying the burden. So I want to say, please, just forgive them the way it is. Just choose to forgive them. Because when you forgive them, it is for your own inner peace. It is for your peace of mind. You release them from your heart, so that you're able to forgive them completely from your heart. You forgive them, and this will even help you to move. It is until I chose to forgive. It is until things like that happen to me. Like I was saying here, I've been through a lot of pain. However, things have changed. So please, I want to encourage, please, with unforgiveness has seen in most cases people are waiting for someone to come and tell them sorry. Please, some people won't even come and say sorry. You know why? Because I have categorized people, even other people have said this. We have 4 principal personalities. If you have somebody in the group of a choleric, for example, somebody who is choleric is abusive, will abuse you and will not even care. They don't care about how you feel. All they want is the result. So they will not come to you to ask to say sorry. They will not come and say sorry to you. So people are different. There are people who are like me, outgoing, I can talk to people. I love encouraging people. I am quick to say sorry. But not everybody can say sorry. There are people who don't say sorry at all. So you wait for them, they will not come. So I want to encourage you, please just choose to forgive them. Forgive them for whatever they did to you. Forgive them for whatever they have done to you, whatever pain you have been through. Just choose, let go. So that you're able to move from here to here, because the journey is yours, not theirs. Even some of them have forgotten that they haven't hurt you. There are those who could have hurt you many when you're still young. For them, they even forgot about it, and you still remember it. So please, just choose, forgive them and forget, and move from here. Move from here and move here, because this is the best place to be in, not here. So that when you're able to forgive, you move from the place of bondage to the place of freedom. So if there is another question, they can also come through. Thank you.
Thank you so much for such a wonderful explanation about the forgiveness and what is the benefit of this forgiveness towards, as you mentioned earlier, that forgiveness is for ourselves. If we don't forgive ourselves first, we don't forgive others too. Very interesting. Now, in
Yeah.
my mind, a question or query is coming that we are talking about hurting hurts. So we are mentioning especially the human race, means maybe boy or the girl, or means person to person. And when we talk about a broader perspective,
Mm,
let us take it to a broader perspective. There are so many creatures around us in our environment also, and people having different
mm,
kind of behavior with them. Somehow, maybe intentionally or maybe not intentionally, they hurt them. Maybe, for example, the street
mm,
dogs or something. They also adopt them and show the love towards them, but mostly they are get hurted by the human behavior all over the world. So,
mm.
in your opinion, what will be your message or what will be your approach toward this kind of behavior towards other creatures on the earth globally? How we should behave?
You see, it all comes from a place of healing. Because when you are hurt, you will hurt others. Yes. When you are hurt, you will hurt dogs. When you are hurt, you will hurt sheep. When you are hurt, you will hurt donkeys. When you are hurt, you will hurt goats. When you are hurt, you will hurt people around you. When you are hurt, you will hurt the birds. When you are hurt, you will hurt animals. You know, so it all comes back to the place of healing. Until you heal, that's when you will be at peace. You know, you know, my brother, you have said something which is very interesting here. You know, one time I did this and it was funny. Do you know that when you are hurt, even animals around you run away from you? Just try it out. Today, you can try it. When you are hurt, even chicken will run away from you. When you are hurt, dogs will run away from you. They will just look at you and the sense that you are not normal. They'll run away from you. That's what I learned. You are a man and you are at peace with your wife, peace will be there. But if you are bitter and your wife is at peace, the wife will even become bitter as you. Why? Because it becomes contagious. If you are hurting, definitely you will hurt others. If you are peaceful, peace will reign with others. That's why we are saying we need to heal. All of us, we need to heal so that we move from here to this place. Once we are here, that's when everything will be fine. So that's what I can add on that one, my brother.
Thank you so much. And moving forward, there is a very strong connection between a hurt. So somehow you may be hurt at
Yeah.
any age of your life. So my question is that, or everyone wants to know that how we can cope or how we can save ourselves from these kind of hurting, we can say arrows or hurting situations, because until we don't make ourselves strong we get hurt even by very silly argument or even by very silly situation. So how we can make ourselves, our mental health, our heart strong to deal with these kind of situations in our life for a better mental health and personality?
Yes. Now it begins with us. It begins with the self-awareness. It is self-awareness is the most important thing. You need to be aware of who you are. When you're aware of who you are, when you know your personality, when you know your weakness, when you know your strength, that is the place to begin with. So that you're able to know, how do I then work with others? How do I work with other people? Because people can hurt, but who am I? Am I outgoing person or am I into yourself? Then it becomes easy for you to see, okay, how can I best work with what I have, with who I am? So that instead of getting to the place of mental breakdown, and there are so many mental health challenges that will come. But then when it comes to first, it begins with the self-awareness. Know who you are, and then from there, how you can minimize it is if you know now who you are, and then begin to get involved in activities that can help you heal faster, that can help you grow. For example, you can then begin to read books. You can begin to follow programs that are helpful. You can begin to do therapies that are helpful.
As performing so many great activities for humanity and especially for mental health promotion. So we want to ask, or we want to know some or few of their future plans in the next week or the next months also, that in how way he is going to serve the society on the
Right now, include the mental health support group. For instance, every third Saturday of the month, we have mental health support group meeting. The whole day from morning up to evening, we offer breakfast and lunch. And the people come and learn. People come to learn and unlearn and relearn. We also call caregivers to come and understand things on mental health. And then also, we also work on ways of treating those who need treatment, and also engaging those who are on treatment with different therapies. So that's one thing that we do. Every Thursdays, even yesterday, we were in the main prisons here. Every Thursday, we go to the prisons to talk to the inmates. We do trauma healing and management, anger management, you know, dealing with the heart, and all these other programs, these topics, we discuss with them to help them also heal. We engage refugees and the host communities. We go to schools, primary school, secondary school, university, tertiary institutions. We go there and we talk to these people. So that's some of the activities that we do to help people get out of their place of heart. So that we also challenge them to please open up. If you can't see us, please, you can still go to different places where you need to see a counselor. Because at the end of the day, you need counselors to be able to counsel you, to be able to guide you, to be able to give you direction. Highlight for now. Thank you.
Thank you so much for such a wonderful and humanistic services providing by you. And I hope people will inspire from these kind of services, especially the mental health professionals who want to do something. They have to get inspired by sir's work. Before winding up today's session, as usual, what will be your conclude message regarding today's session, or how we should move towards the divine heart and divine feelings? So, what will be a conclude message to hold the humanity and the world through this session?
Yeah, one thing I want to encourage is, especially men, because men are people who don't open up. You know, men don't talk about their pain. That's why I've come out to be able to give them, to help them break silence. Because what happens is men don't want to talk, and here in Africa particularly, men are told that you be a man, don't cry, don't share your pain, so endure every pain like a man. So by the time you realize a man has a problem, that's when the man has become a serial womanizer. That's when you see this man, all these are men. You see, the man is the one, this man here, this man is doing crime. He's robbing somebody here. And when you look at this other man, this is an old man, a very old man. What is the old man doing? Looking for love from a young girl. How about this other man? What is the man doing? He's doing drugs. You know? So, men, you will only see that a man has a problem when the man has become a deadly drinking officer. When he's drinking too much, when the man is smoking too much, when the man is humanizing too much, when the man is becoming a nuisance in the community, that's when we say the man has a problem. Maybe he needs to say a counselor. Please, men, let's open up. Every woman out there to open up. Encourage your men to seek help. Because, by the way, more men are committing suicide than women. Suicide is on the rise because of men. More men are committing suicide than women. Mental health problems, more men. Go to prisons, more men. You know, in our prison here, we have 1,300 men in prison, and we only have 80 women. 80 women versus 1,300 men. You can say huge number. So please, men, my encouragement is let men come out, because men are more hurt and they are not speaking up. So my call today is for men to be able to rise to the occasion and seek for help. Thank you.